Gentlemen, today we are going to level up your mediocre cooking skills so that you can start to eat in a way where people are like, what? How does he do that? That's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to go over all the basics. Cooking is not hard. It's fairly simple, but if you don't know what to do, you're done. What are you going to do? You have to know how to cook as a man. That's something everybody needs to know how to do, but especially if you're a man, you need to learn how to cook. You need to learn how to cook healthy. You need to learn how to cook good. And you need to learn how to cook overall so you can cook for other people, different occasions, and for yourself in the day-to-day. You don't always want to be getting food out to eat. That's just not the way to do it. Let's get into it. Rule number 1 of cooking. This is how I like to structure it. This is the most important step. If you mess this step up, the rest of it doesn't really matter because the end product's still going to suck. Rule number 1 is seasonings. 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 I'm going to say that over and over. If your seasoning game is on point, you can take a dish that's maybe like a 4 out of 10, you can bring it to an 8 out of 10 just with the right seasonings. Seasonings are essential, they're crucial, and for a couple reasons. First, you can take extremely boring things that are maybe good for you, like chicken breast. Chicken breast is fine, it works, but they're not great by themselves, they're bland. With the right seasoning combination, however, you can bring it to something you can eat every day and look forward to eating. So seasonings are important. Number 2, seasonings are healthy. If you're drowning your food in all these sauces and oils and all, it's not good. You don't want to do that regardless of what your health aspirations are. Even if you're already healthy, you don't want to do that. Oils and sauces, stay away from them. I mean, you can have a little bit, but we don't have palates of 5-year-olds here. Seasonings are your go-to for good taste. And the next reason is kind of on the first one, but you can also, not only can you make things taste good, you can make things different. So just tweaking a few seasonings, you can make, again, a chicken breast taste so many different ways. So seasonings are absolutely crucial. Now, personally, I like to overcomplicate it. My go-tos are, every time I season, I use salt. Salt is a non-negotiable. Some people are scared of it. I'm not. Salt makes things taste good. If you're eating it by the handful and you're not working out, that's a different story, but that's not what we do here. Salt is number 1. Now, some people would say pepper. I'm not really a pepper guy. I rarely use pepper, maybe once every couple weeks. I'm not a pepper guy, but you can add that in with salt if you like. Next thing, which this is not exactly pure, but this is like butter garlic from Aldi. Some kind of garlic or onion powder. Those two kind of go hand in hand. I don't always use them together, but garlic for sure. Garlic, salt, and pepper, just those 3 alone. I mean, that's most of what you need. And then some other ones like this, everything bagel. You get creative with it. All these different things, different combinations. For example, everything bagel seems to work really good on pork chops. However, steaks, I wouldn't use it on steaks. So you got to learn what you like. Another way to kind of judge your seasoning game is smell. So when you get a big bowl of chicken, which I'll grab for you quick. All right, so I made this last night. All this is I took 4 chicken breasts, and I did eat some, so it's not quite 4 anymore. I took 4 chicken breasts. I cut them up into like strips as long as chicken breast, and I seasoned them with butter garlic, everything bagel, and salt, as I showed you earlier. And look at that. They look absolutely delicious. Smelling it, you can smell it without even having to get close to it. It smells delicious, and it is delicious. But if I get sick of this recipe, which inevitably I will, because if you season the same way over and over and over and over and over, you tend to get sick of it. I just tweak something. Maybe I'll get rid of the everything bagel and throw in some paprika. Maybe I'll throw in some turmeric. Maybe I'll get rid of the butter garlic and use onion powder. There's little tweaks that you can do to make things not so bland. And you should season literally everything. My personal favorite is to run some kind of chicken, beef, whatever. Run potatoes, which all I do for that is just salt on my potatoes, maybe a little bit of garlic, and throw some vegetables in the oven like peppers, cucumbers are good, onions, whatever, and just season them. Seasoning should be your number 1. And the best way to know if you have a good seasoning combination is to try. You need to just try things. You're not always going to have a success with food, but you need to try. The second one, and probably the better one, just smell it. If you put everything together, it looks good, it smells good, it's probably going to be good. Smell and taste go hand in hand. So let's move on to the next point. The next thing I want to talk about is cooking techniques. Now, as you can see behind me, oven. Oven I rely on heavy. The oven is something I always come back to because it's easy. You just throw your shit in there and it's ready to go in usually less than an hour. The next one, which is probably the one I use the most, is the air fryer. The air fryer is literally perfect. It is like, whoever invented this deserves everything, all the wealth that they've created, plus probably 10 times what they have. Like, the air fryer is one of the best inventions ever. It's crazy how you can take a food, like I just throw my potatoes in there, a little bit of olive oil and salt, and they come out like French fries without having to really fry them. So that works perfectly. The air fryer is something I use every day. Love the air fryer. Second thing, which I don't have in here, but is that way, is the grill. Grills are also something I rely on heavy. Any of you who have kind of cooked before or have eaten grilled food, which is probably all of you, know that the taste from like a pan on the stove to the grill is always better. Charcoal is my favorite, but propane, pellet, they both work kind of the same way. Grill is something you rely on heavy. And then the final one, which I have over here, is just simply a pan and the stove. Now what I like to do, I would put it on here. Let's say I want to cook like chicken breast. I would maybe melt just a little bit of butter just so it doesn't stick, and all I would do is put it on medium heat and I just cook it. You can temp it 160 degrees for chicken, but I just cook till it looks right. I've done it so many times I don't need to do that anymore. Cooking is very simple. It's not like there's more extravagant techniques for, making like restaurant dishes, but that's not what we're doing here. I'm just trying to give you the brief overview of the skills you need to cook effectively, cook good. It might not be the most visually appealing thing in the world, but we're not chefs. We're not doing this professionally. We're trying to be efficient. We're trying to get in. We're trying to get out. Good nutrition. That's what we're trying to do. All right, let's move on. So that's kind of what I wanted to touch on. Now, there wasn't a lot of examples in this video, like videos of me cooking, but there doesn't need to be. In terms of cooking stuff, if it's a vegetable, throw it in the oven, season it until it's brown. That's about it. Grilling, get your grill ripping. I like to have it right around 350, 400, and throw it on there and look up, if you want a medium rare steak, I believe that's either 115 degrees or 125. Just flip it until it hits if it's 125, pull it off at like 115, 120, because it'll cook, let it rest, and that's it. Most of my meat, what I do is I just throw it in the pan, a little bit of butter so it doesn't stick, and I just wait until it looks ready, smells ready. I've done it so many times, but you could temp it. That's all you really got to do. But with your seasoning game on point, your cooking, vehicle on point, and your taste buds on point. Now, this is a point you have to get behind. If you have an addiction to something like McDonald's, fast food, processed cheap garbage, no matter how good you cook, you're never going to be the same. You got to break free of that. We shouldn't have palates of 5-year-olds. As dudes, we need to realize that, hey, things like chicken breast, potatoes, these vegetables that cooked right should taste fine. Those are the things we should crave because we should be trying to eat healthy to try and make ourselves better. It's not even about, locking in. It's just about living a better life. And as a dude, you shouldn't be addicted to those things. And if you are, it's fine. I was for a while too. But you need to work on breaking free of that. But once you do that, once your taste buds are healed, because when you break free of that, your taste buds, it's night and day difference. These simple cooking techniques that I mentioned, you're going to be good to go. That's literally everything you need. When it comes to specifics, this is kind of a take I like to take on most things in life. Just get your hands dirty. You might not be perfect the first time, but the only way you're going to get better, you can watch 10 YouTube videos after this on how to cook, but if you never actually try and cook yourself, what are you doing? It's useless, it's pointless. So that's what I wanted to nail home. This is the basics. This is how we get cooking. This is how we get in the kitchen. This is how we hit our goals for fitness. And it's how, we can cook for other people. I cook for my family all the time. And I don't know any fancy techniques. I'm not a chef, but you know what I am? I know the basics. I know them well. I know how to season. Seasoning's number one. You get your seasoning game on point, like I've said before, like I want to nail home, continue to do it. Everything else comes unraveled after that. So that's what I wanted to touch on. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just, share it some love. If it gave you value, I'd appreciate if I could get some back. If there's anything you want me to cover specifically, if enough people mention it, enough people like it, I'll probably make a video on it. But next week, be looking for man skills number 3. Last week was oil change, this week's cooking. Next week is, I can't tell you. You're going to have to wait and see. So with that being said, thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right, we're not quite done yet. There's one thing I want to add in. When you're making potatoes, which you should rely heavy on, wash your damn potatoes. These are not washed. Do not cut them up. You don't want dirt. You don't want whatever they have out in that field, cow crap or whatever it may be. You don't want to be eating that. Wash your damn potatoes. All right, now I'm actually leaving.